All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again with these people on The View. We already know that they just love talking about Donald Trump because they have nothing else to talk about. They sit up here and monitor everything Donald Trump do and say. They do not have no life. All they do is sit on this show, on The View, and sit here and just slander Donald Trump and his entire family. Whoopi Goldberg, Sonny hosting, like all of them. That's all they do is sit on this show and just slander everybody around Donald Trump and him himself. This is just crazy. Now, they went as far as bringing up Donald Trump's wife, Melania. Just straight slandering her name throughout this entire show. And I'm hearing that she might end up suing them for this crap. For some of the stuff that they were just saying in this video, we definitely about to check this out, because I hope Melania, I hope she do sue them. They need to be, so they can shut their mouth, because they be saying a lot of stupid stuff that don't make any sense, all because they do not like Donald Trump and he's winning in the polls. They tell me they can't wait for him to get locked up. Lock Donald Trump up if you want to. If you think his polls numbers are high now, if you lock him up, they sure enough gonna grow. So this is just crazy. But make sure y'all please hit that like button. If you clicked on this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. Y'all help me out a lot when you do that. When you watch the entire video, it helps me out a lot. YouTube will share it so more people can watch. All right, so shout out to y'all for that. This is coming by Doug. He said The View goes insane. Host put Melania Trump on trial. They are crazy. But like I said, I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go to Doug's channel. Let him know that I sent you, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this, and let's go.
The views are shrews, and they weigh in on the Trump merch-on case, and they can't resist. They go after Melania Trump.
It's crazy.
So mean and cruel. And they think this is delicious, but and they laugh. But I want to encourage us to laugh. They're allowed to laugh, and we're allowed to laugh. We just laugh for different reasons.
Right.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. Let's get our news from ABC's #1 talk show.
I want to let you know what's going on, because earlier this morning, history was made here in New York when the first...
I've never seen Whoopi so happy. It looks like she drank a bottle of Jack Daniels before she went on the air.
Persecution like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And again, it's a case that should have never been brought. It's an assault on America. This is really an attack on a political opponent. That's all it is. So I'm very honored to be here. Thank you very much.
However, Trump has pleaded not guilty to falsifying business records and has denied ever having an affair with Stormy Daniels.
I'm putting the end of Sunny Hostin at the beginning here just to put all of this in context. These are all allegations. And the audience is laughing. This is why we're laughing. This is why I laugh. So they're laughing, thinking it's delicious at Trump. And I'm only saying we have our free speech right to laugh too. I laugh at people who think our legal system is still working. I laugh at the justice system where they demand that you salute the robe and be respectful as if there's anything left to respect in New York. And I laugh at you. I'm mocking you. So you laugh at Trump, we laugh at you.
Yep.
America is laughing at New York's justice system.
I think that...
Think is kind of stretching it, right, Sonny?
So I don't think that this is going to be a difficult case to prove. I think it can be won and lost during jury selection. That's what most lawyers say. You win or lose. And so what's going to be very interesting is who is going to be on this jury. There is not going to be anyone on the jury that has never heard of Donald Trump.
You're ding dong right. This thing is decided by the jury. And that's why we already know Trump's not going to get a fair trial.
Nope.
So accurate and correct, Sonny Hostin. It's about the jury, and specifically Juan Merchan gets to approve any dismissals. So he gets to handpick this jury.
But what we do want is people that still know everything, but can render an impartial verdict. And I really believe in our jury system, and I think that they can do the job.
I like how serious she gets. I still believe in our impartial jury system. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, and we're laughing at you and the jury system. It's not against the law to laugh at them and to render my judgment that this thing is a fraud. And Sonny's seriousness is funny also. It's silly.
The question for me is, if he is convicted, if he is sentenced to prison, can he still run for president? Because if you are a convicted felon, guess what? You can't vote for president. I don't understand how you can be a convicted felon and run for president. That makes zero sense.
Yeah, keep clapping, everybody. Show me in the Constitution that says he can't run. It does not say it. She's inventing law.
Yep.
And we already know from her supporting the New York trial case what she thinks of law. To her, it's just like, I just have this preferred end in mind, and whatever it takes to get there, including breaching the law, doing unprecedented cases to persecute Trump, they're all for it.
I don't think our forefathers, the framers of the Constitution, imagined for 1 minute that there'd be somebody like Donald Trump, much less that the American people, the Republicans in this case, would support him and make him the nominee. I mean, he's made history so many times right now.
Yeah, he's going to make history again. And she's making up another law. I don't think the founders had in mind that someone like Trump would run. Did the founders have in mind that Trump would be facing 5, 6 lawsuits from political opponents with all kinds of made-up charges, stretches of the law, unprecedented timing, when he decides to run for president? Did the founders have that in mind, or do you only care about the founders when it comes to them imagining someone like Trump? Can they imagine someone like Biden opening up the border or doing whatever he did to Tara Reid, which is worse than anything they've accused Trump of?
Yep.
You also have to put that in context. It's not Trump versus some perfect Ronald Reagan. It's Trump versus Joe Biden.
This is, I think this is a political issue.
No kidding.
I don't know. I've kind of lost hope that anything is going to make a difference when it comes to the Republican base and his supporters.
For those of you who've lost hope, don't be like Anna Navarro. She goes, I've lost hope on the Republican.
Yeah, and we all know what they do in New York. They try to make up their own charges. Like Trump and like charges that just don't make any sense, all because they don't like him. And then they use these crash dummies right here to try to use them to just constantly just slander Trump and his entire family nonstop. And this is just crazy. These people have nothing else to talk about but Donald Trump. They are trying to, like, how many people are Joe Biden paying? Is he paying The View too? Is Joe Biden paying The View just like he paying Fannie Willis, Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, Jack Smith? Is he paying everybody on The View too? I believe he paying Jessica Tarlov too, because she need to be up on The View, because she talks just like them, got all they talking points about Donald Trump. But they have nothing to say about Joe Biden, about what he done did to this country, leaving the borders open, letting all these illegal immigrants come in. They have nothing to say about that. Nothing. That what pisses us off, because they making it one-sided because they don't like Trump. And I cannot wait till he win. I cannot wait. November can't get here any faster. I am waiting to see all the looks on their face when Donald Trump becomes the next president, when he get reelected. I cannot wait.
Base and the voters, and she's all glum going, there's no justice. We should cheer at that our loyalty and fun we're having is disheartening the enemy. They're losing their confidence. They're the ones now going, I don't trust the American voter anymore. That's because of us.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
But there's also a personal issue.
Yeah.
I mean, Melania has barely been seen in the last few months, barely been campaigning. And now she's going to have to deal with the public embarrassment.
She doesn't have to deal with anything. She doesn't go out in the public.
Exactly.
Because she doesn't like sopping up the cameras. This isn't Hillary Clinton we're talking about, okay? She's a quiet woman, and she's a very kind of modest, shy person. And now they're bringing her into this. No one even brought Melania Trump up. And The View.
And this is what they do. Like I said, they attack everybody around Donald Trump. Now they are attacking his wife. Melania Trump ain't said a thing about anybody on The View. She haven't mentioned Whoopi, Sunny Holston, Anna. She haven't said anything about these women, but yet they have to bring her up and talk crap about it and slander her because they do not like Donald Trump. This is the reason why I say I hope Melania sue them. I hope she do.
Only rolls her out so they can start smacking her around because remember, this is a woman show, a pro-woman show.
Yep.
And this is what they do to a fellow woman. They're backing up a Playboy model, stripper, and a porn star to throw darts.
Man, you heard what Doug said. They'll rather take up for a stripper, a porn star, rather take up for a porn star. That's what they'll rather do than a stand-up woman, a beautiful woman like Melania Trump, who don't be in the spotlight, who don't cause any problem, but they want to take up for this woman. This right here is just crazy, man.
At Melania Trump, as far as we know, a good first lady, good mom, good wife, good daughter.
It's a crime because he was in the middle of a campaign and it's considered a campaign contribution, unreported.
Yeah, and don't forget about the illegal contributions. Barack Obama himself got fined out of office for his illegal contributions. What about Hillary Clinton? Just mountains and mountains of illegal contributions, even from foreign entities. But our law system never went out for them because this is where it becomes a Marxist communist law system. They only use it to prosecute political opponents, and your own side gets a pass. So that's an important point that Ana Navarro brings up.
I'm frustrated because the case that actually could change public sentiment, the January 6th trial, is like nowhere to be found.
Yes. Push that thing aside, ladies and gentlemen. Whose fault is that? That's Jack Smith with his procedures, ended up convoluting it, complicating it, and now it's pushed off. And I'm just celebrating that. And again, laughing. January 6th trial, nowhere to be seen.
We're waiting on the immunity ruling. We very well may not have a verdict in that ahead of the election. And that's scary for me because I think that's what actually could change the course of this election and wake people up to how dangerous it is.
It's only scary to her because they don't get to use that now to change the course of the election. She just admitted to it. I just want to change the course of this election. She's a Democrat talking point. I'm agreeing with her. Thanks for admitting it.
Slapping his behind with a Forbes magazine when Melania Trump had just given birth.
She brings up this slapping Trump's bottom with a Forbes magazine, which is a weird rumor that that's what Stormy Daniels did to him. Personally, I think it's one of the better uses you could use for a Forbes magazine. I think Ana Navarro is only mad that it's not, Mother Jones.
You know, I'd like to hear the evangelicals.
Oh, now they're bringing up the evangelicals. Guilty. How am I supposed to think, Ana Navarro? They're going to tell you in a minute.
You looked at some research that said independents and moderate Republicans would never vote for a convicted felon.
Yeah, that was a fake. Poll where they did not tell you that these false trials were going to be run up against Trump. They just go in general. Do you want to vote for a felon? Like, do you want to vote for O.J. Simpson? A felon? No. Okay. These polls, they can flip the words around to mean anything they want.
So that's a good question. This is kind of the million-dollar question that I don't know the answer to, but my theory, knowing Republican voters very well, I think there should be an asterisk in that polling. I think if he's a convicted felon in January 6th, the documents case, 100%. A lot of people would leave him. A lot of independents, moderate Republicans.
And studies have shown that.
Yeah. I don't know that Republican voters who said that agree in this case.
Yeah, because in this case, we know it's a false trial. It's
a false trial. Like they talking points is just so stupid. I mean, why they don't hold Joe Biden to this standard? Why they don't talk about the crap? Even if you support somebody, you should be able to be like, you know what? I like this person, but I gotta call him out and let him know that he's doing this right here wrong. I have never seen a show. I have never seen The View, like one of their shows where they actually went in on Joe Biden, was talking about the crap that he's destroying this country. I haven't seen one video of them criticizing Joe Biden. Almost every time they show go live, who do they talk about? Donald Trump. Every single time they talk Donald Trump. Just criticizing everything he say. Just like the like CNN, all of them, they just wait. They be like, they just be waiting for Donald Trump like he gonna slip up or something, watching his every word, everywhere he go, and just ready to just put their own narrative in there and just run with it.
I won't vote for a felon, no matter how you turn a guy into a felon. Hardly. People aren't dumb. And that's all old news. They thought that was how people think. That was so last year. They have not addressed where culture's at this year when people see Trump brilliantly campaign on these indictments against him that are going to walk him into the White House.
Like, how can an evangelical voter?
There we go with the evangelicals again. I'll tell you, it's very easy for an evangelical to vote for Trump. And by the way, I'm a pro-lifer. And Trump kind of threw us under the bus last week. It doesn't mean I won't vote for him, because who's the alternate? Joe Biden. Are evangelicals attracted to vote for Joe Biden? They pretend like there's no one else running. It's easy for an evangelical to vote for Trump, especially when the left, the Democrat Party, is persecuting churches. They hunt us for game. They spy on us. Trump won't do that. There's a lot of things that Trump I may disagree with him on. And I even think he's probably a bad man in certain areas, but nothing compared to Biden. And lo and behold, that's what this election is about. They won't bring up Biden. They won't defend Biden. They won't talk about Biden's record. They won't talk.
See, that's what it is. They won't talk about Biden at all. That's exactly what I was saying. They won't talk about him. You don't see Biden in no courtrooms. You don't see his son in no courtrooms. The only people you see in the courtroom is Donald Trump and his attorneys. Why Joe Biden ain't in no courtroom getting questioned? What about his son with the problems he had? And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about when it come to Hunter Biden. But ain't none of them going up in being put in no courtrooms and being questioned. They letting Joe Biden do what he want to do. He get the campaign. They took his dropped his classified document case, but yet Donald Trump still got to go to court over here. This is just, man, this is just crazy.
About what Biden did to one of his aides, pinned her in an office and violated her.
They won't talk about that.
They won't talk about that.
They won't talk about that.
And so how do evangelicals vote for that?
Who
They think
believes
it's a
in
witch
family values and believes in systems in this country would vote for
Tim
someone who is
Alberta
convicted.
spoke about that.
Because we all Christians, in fact, evangelicals know better than anyone Christian who suffered religious persecution. No one's had more persecution than the Christians in the last 1,000 years. It's even more than any other group you'd think. More of us are put to death. More of us are persecuted for our beliefs. We always have been. From the beginning, Jesus warned us, if the world's after you, it'll come out. Just remember, it hated me first. And that's been kind of our charter. He knows what's going to happen if you're an evangelical. You're going to get persecuted. And all I can say is all those evangelicals know what it's like to be unfairly treated. It's actually really similar to the black vote, who go, look, I know what it's like to be mistried and have a cop pull me over on a late night when I didn't do anything. And so that's what they used to vote for on the Democrats. And now they're seeing Trump get mistried. And suddenly you have 30% of the black male vote is now turning to Trump. They know what it's like to be mistried. So do evangelicals, Sonny. They know what it's like to have you lie about our people all the time.
Here on the show when he said they think he's the coming of Christ. He doesn't need to be Christ-like. They actually are believing.
And there's Exhibit A for why evangelicals vote for Trump, because of liars like blonde hairdo here. She said that we evangelicals think Trump is actually a second coming of Christ. That's the kind of lie and libel that gets us to say, you're wrong, and now I'm twice as loyal to Trump because of the lies that you tell about Christian voters. I don't know of anyone, I don't know of anyone in my audience that says, like, Trump is the chosen one, Trump is God's anointed. I've seen some of those comments before. Very rare. It's not why evangelicals vote for Trump. It's because we know the Democrat state is hunting us. We'll lose religious liberty. They're terrible on picking judges that will defend free speech, which is how we're able to spread the gospel freely, is because we have free speech here, that they're going to take you down for your words, for what you believe. They're checking your emails. They're checking your messages. It's documented. Biden's FBI, the Department of Justice, evangelicals are terrified of the left. And we're supposed to go, oh, I have family values, so I can't support Trump. They think we're dumb.
They do.
I know, it's a terrible image.
Well, no, it's not illegal to have your butt smacked by a Forbes magazine.
It's scary that Whoopi seems to say that with authority.
That's crazy, man. It just the stuff that Whoopi don't be saying is just you be listening to it. I know a lot of y'all been in the comment section. Hey, now how do y'all just listen to this crowd? Because sometimes, like Doug said, you just like to listen to them and just let them make a big fool of themselves. Because we know how stupid they is. We know that Trump derangement syndrome is running high. They can't stop talking about him. They know he's winning. They know it's nothing Biden can do. And so the only thing they doing now is getting paid by Joe Biden to just slander Donald Trump day in and day out. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work. So like I said, shout out to everybody. I know there was a long video. Shout out to Doug for another amazing video. Like I said before, I hope Melania and Trump sue them so they can keep their name, Trump them name out their mouth, because that's all they do is slander every single day. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.